Considering the kind of work that I do, I really needed to get on here and address two things that have been talked about quite a bit by the feminist community in the last couple of days. One of them being Bonnie Blue and her whole corn stunt, and also Sabrina Carpenter's cover album. Because it seems like there are a lot of people out there that are very upset with these two ladies because, oh my God, what they're doing is setting back feminism 100 years. Funny, I don't remember Bonnie Blue or Sabrina Carpenter making laws about abortion rights or women's rights at all in the last, few months. Were they the ones that were making abortion bans in U.S. states? Are they the ones that are out there rolling back women's rights in the United States? Last time I checked, that was a bunch of lawmakers and senators and congressmen and everything else that are doing that crap. Not friggin' a corn star and a pop star. Okay? Listen, you guys can go on all you want about what you think it's okay for you to do. All right? Nobody is going to tell you what you need to do with your body. Because that is how consent works, right? It's your body, your choice. But why the fuck, when it's somebody else's body, suddenly that statement goes away? Suddenly it doesn't apply. Suddenly now you need to be able to tell Bonnie Blue and Sabrina Carpenter what it is okay for them to do. You got to understand something about feminism, okay? We are not fighting for the right to take away the male gaze or to stop women from doing things that appease men. We're not fighting for the right of that. We're fighting for the right for women to be able to do what they want with their bodies and not have society quink shame them in any shape, way, or form. If you want to be, vanilla, if you want to be dominant, if you want to be submissive, if you want to be quinky, if you want to, dress in skimpy clothes, if you want to dress head to toe, completely covered, these are the things that we're fighting for your right to do. To be able to do those things and make your choice, okay? So when Bonnie Blue decides to do a stunt, which apparently got canceled and now she's been kicked off OnlyFans or something like that, which I understand because OnlyFans doesn't accept CNC stuff, so that's probably why she was removed. But when Bonnie Blue chooses to do that, she is not affecting you as a feminist. She's not affecting anybody in this world. And while you guys want to sit there and say, oh, but she's telling men that it's okay to treat women like sexual objects, men have been treating us like sexual objects our entire existence. I hate to break it to you, but this is nothing new. And Bonnie Blue is not making it worse, okay? She's not. All she's done is figured out that she can make money from it, okay? And if you want to talk about her mental health state and how, no, you don't get to decide those things for her. You can sit back and think, oh my God, what is she doing? But you don't get to decide for her how it affects her. Maybe, yes, years from now she might regret it. Maybe years from now she'll realize that she had some mental health problems that she should have talked to a therapist about instead of having, 1,000 guys sleep with her. Maybe. But right now, this is her body and this is her choice. If you want to have a problem, okay, with anything, because I know you guys are going to be like, oh, well, the men that are doing this are disgusting. First of all, the men that are doing this are not disgusting. It is consenting between two adults, all right? So if a man and her choose to do this, this is their choice. It's not disgusting. It is their choice, all right? The only people you really should have problems with are the guys that are openly cheating to go and do this on their partners. And even then, that's between them and their partner, okay? That is between them and their partner. So I really wish that the feminists of this world would stop claiming that they actually care about women's rights when they sit there and they smut shame worse than the men do out there. Because that's exactly what you're doing in this moment. You are smut shaming her. You are saying that she's disgusting and how... No. This is her friggin' choice. And at the end of the day, that's all that matters is what her choice is. Not yours, not anybody else's. And I'm sorry, but Bonnie Blue doing this did not affect feminism. Nothing changed. Absolutely nothing changed. It's been the same that it's been this whole way along. It is not her job to be the moral fucking role model for everybody. It's not. And when it comes to Sabrina Carpenter and her album cover, have you not been paying attention to what this woman does at her friggin' concerts? She has been schmexualizing herself this entire time. How could you call yourselves a fan and then get upset? What, because you realize that she's not just for the girlies and the gays and the theys and the thems? She is allowed to do what she wants. And if she chooses to put herself on an album cover that shows herself on all fours with her hair being pulled, you are not allowed to kink shame. You're not. You are not allowed to kink shame her. Because she is a grown-ass adult, and she is allowed to do what she wants. And I'm sorry that suddenly you realize that she's been schmexualizing herself this entire time, but she has. And frankly, I'd rather her schmexualize herself than the friggin' music industry that has been doing that to women for hundreds of years. As long as there has been music on a album, women have been schmexualized in the music industry. Like, it's just part of the industry. And for you guys to get mad at her because she chooses to do it herself, good God. Again, her body, her choice. Like, if you don't like it, don't listen to her music. But for God's sake, stop acting like you're this, like, moral high ground because she chooses to do this. You just haven't been paying attention, and it's absolutely ridiculous. It's like the incels, the red pillars that suddenly, the MAGAs out there, that suddenly realize that, oh my God, you mean Homelander was satire this entire, Homelander was making fun of us this entire time? Like, where the fuck have you been? Sabrina Carpenter wears barely any clothing. She performs on stage simulated like schmex acts half the time. Where have you been? I am not even a Sabrina Carpenter fan, and I have seen stuff from her concerts because there's always somebody that's screaming moral outcry of how dare she do that on stage. There are going to be children present. No, there shouldn't be children present. Because she's been schmexualizing herself from the get-go. Where have you been? Where have you guys been? So for the love of God, I would appreciate it if women would stop trying to blame other women for what society and the patriarchy has done to us from the beginning. Okay? Only thing two women have in common is that they are taking control of their own schmexuality, which we should be embracing. I don't care if you're mad because you think that they're catering to the male gaze. It is up to them to make that choice, not you. So don't sit there and say that you're a feminist. Say that you're, taking the moral high ground when you sit there and you schmut shame other women because you don't like what they're doing. I might sit back and look at Bonnie Blue and think, oh my God, how in the world could a woman do that? Like that, because I wouldn't. That's not me. But I'm not saying that she can't do it. Like, whatever floats her boat, go get your bag, girl, make your money. I will support you. If she chooses one day to regret what she did, I will also support her on that too. Because sometimes when we're young, we don't always see, what's right in front of us. But for now, I am going to support her decisions because she is a friggin' adult. And she is allowed to make these decisions. You guys also have to remember that she is a professional. This is what she does for a living, okay? She is going to take all of the, safety precautions and everything else. And yes, I heard that she's not using protection with every single guy. Again, that is her friggin' choice. I would hope that she is testing everybody. I know in previous cases of women doing this, they did get the guys tested, but then they also threw in some random guys last minute that weren't necessarily tested. Not exactly right, but again, it is her body. It is her body and it is her choice. So I would appreciate it if the fucking feminists of this world would stop schmut shaming people like Sabrina Carpenter and Bonnie Blue and anybody else that does schmex work or sexualizes themselves for a friggin' living. Because you cannot sit there and scream, my body, my choice when it comes to abortion rights, and then fucking turn around and suddenly decide that somebody else doesn't have the right to do what they want sexually with their body. Because you are a massive fucking hypocrite when you do.